Hey, Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is Thamayim in Atlanta, and as you can see there on the screen, that was showing these so-called migrants breaking into an apartment and taking it over. And this is supposedly over this whole apartment complex. And this came out yesterday, or I started seeing it yesterday. But since then, I've seen it's actually more than just one apartment complex. And what they're doing, allegedly, is extorting the rent money from the property managers and basically just complete takeover. And so you look at stuff like this and you've got to at first think, where are the police? Where's the National Guard? Where are these militias that supposedly are here to protect Americans? What's going on? And it's obviously all set up. The governments have been letting people in through the borders for a while now. And especially you saw it start off over in Europe, where they've been doing it for years, and then it's been going on here, and people are asking questions about what is going on. And the truth is, it's the Lord. The Lord is doing this. He's using the wicked elite to do this, to push division and uprising and sedition here within the U.S., within Babylon the Great, and throughout the West. And this isn't the end of it. There's going to be a lot more. It's going to get a lot more hectic, a lot more bloody in the coming times. And as the Lord said, as Yahweh Shai said, he comes to bring division. And that is exactly what the Lord, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, is juggling up. He's bringing division, and he's doing it through these elites because he has it in their heads that they're going to crash this current society that we're in so that they could bring up a new society. But it's all to take out the elites, take out the heathen, take out the Edomites out of power, and so that a new world can start. That new world being the kingdom of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and the kingdom of the Israelites, and a kingdom with actual order and beauty. And we will see that, but first this terrible part has to happen. And this is all going to also lead into Jacob's trouble as well, because these are Northern Kingdom individuals. They're 2/3, but they're of the Northern Kingdom, and eventually Esau is going to get sick of this and start reacting. And I'm speaking of the lower level Edomites that are in militias and things like that. They're going to get tired of this, and that's when the bloodshed will start. But really, it won't get really juicy until the MOTB is made mandatory. But this is a great example of division, of sedition, and the people's hearts waxing cold. So we're going to start out here in Matthew 24 and verse 12. And it says, "And because iniquity shall abound," and iniquity is sin on top of sin, just many sins. And you can see that it's been here within Babylon the Great. It's the land of confusion. So what else would you expect except for iniquity? It says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." And it starts out with these invaders and people committing crimes and committing these violent acts. But there's going to be a a repercussion to that, because on the other side, people that consider themselves good law-abiding citizens, they're going to start reacting to this too, and starting to try to hunt these people down to stop this from happening. And all of that is just people growing cold. They're not going to care about murdering somebody or killing somebody because of all of the iniquity that is here. And so we're going into that word cold, which in the Greek's Strong's G 5594, and it's psycho. And it's exactly where you get the term from that we use nowadays. And it says to breathe, blow, cool by blowing, to be made or grow cool or cold, waning love. And so these people, their hearts in which they normally wouldn't be killing somebody, they're going to lose that humanly love for one another and just be all about themselves and all about protecting their families. And things like these break-ins aren't gonna fly. So you're gonna be seeing more and more break-ins and more violence on one side, and then on the other side you're going to be seeing more and more violence. And it's crazy because the famine hasn't even kicked in, the economy hasn't even dropped out yet, and you're seeing these home invasions already. But this is also spoken of in 2nd Esdras 15:14 through 16. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So destruction to this world. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. The modern day sword is the gun and various other weapons, with the ultimate sword being those ICBMs that will thoroughly clean this earth, especially Babylon the Great. And it says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, because we should be expecting civil war as well from all the division that the Lord is bringing. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. And that's what we just saw there, invading one another. And these invasions are going to, and the invasions and this migrant crisis, as they call it, and all these immigrants are going to lead to sedition, which is going against your government, or uprising. It's all going to lead into that because nobody's doing anything, so people are going to have to act on their own to get anything accomplished. It says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and these are politicians that we have now, with the true authority within this world, the God of this world being the elite of the nation of Edom, the nation of Edom being so-called Caucasians. And they're the ones that are pulling the strings to do this, but it's the Lord who's pulling their strings to do this, because the deceived and the deceiver are in the hand of the Lord, and he controls all of our steps, every one of us, from the least to the greatest. And it says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So we're going to see this place start falling through violence, through these people being cold, through sedition, through civil war, through world war. And then famine's going to be hitting, as well as different natural disasters and the economy completely dropping out. There's a lot of things that are going into the pulling down of Esau's world, because Esau's the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And Esau came in with such great violence, considering his blessing is the sword, that he's going to have to go out in great violence, and he's going to have to be punished with great violence in the new world to come. And so keep your doors locked. Lord willing, that was edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.